Welcome to Penitence. Very good morning, welcome to the Coasters With Mwah channel. Today we are riding Uncharted back to back for 2 hours. As part of Hotel Gold River, you get 2 hours of ERT on Uncharted before the rest of the public come in.
And that's on any Far West hotel as well.
Yeah,
so
any Far West, yeah.
Colorado Creek and I think the Mansion Lucy.
Intamin multi-dimensional coaster. I've never been on one of these before. Dark rides. Big fan of the games, and I'm excited to see what they've done with this attraction. It's one of Portaventura's biggest investments ever.
It looks big as well.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how massive it was going to be, but like the building from the outside is it's huge. So
yeah, the building's huge, the facade is huge. Should we get on it?
Yeah.
Let's do it. This is the facade for Uncharted. Oh my god, there's like nice little carving in the wall up there. Got a single rider queue as well as the normal queue. Immersive theming in the corner there.
Impressive.
It's crucial to the storyline there. It is cattle penned again, but it's a really interesting cattle pen. It's all indoors, it's all themed, there's stuff to look at in every direction, and Tom Holland, Nathan Drake animatronic.
Estaba al lado de la llave, como si fuera una antigua obra de arte. Al pegarlo, parece un calendario solar azteca decorado. ¡Genial! Oye, Chloe, ¿acabas de escuchar esos disparos? ¿Qué estás viendo ahí fuera? Deberíamos estar ante un gran golpe. ¿Os apetece correr esta aventura por una gran recompensa? Mira, Sully, si este mapa nos lleva a donde creo que nos llevará, debería sobrar tesoro para todos.
Están detectando una nueva oleada de secuaces de Kimbra y entrando en el pueblo. Parece que también están armados hasta los dientes. Sully, adelante, Sully. ¿Ya has encontrado la entrada a la montaña?
Pues sí. Suerte que tenemos a unas cuantas personas aquí para ayudarnos.
This is just fantastic. Arrows up there. Tom Holland again. Wow. Some stalactites up there as well. Cool little screens. Nice theming.
¿Y quién es toda esta gente? No sabía que le cayeras bien a nadie más que a Sully.
¿Me escucha? No. Parece que Kimbra y sus secuaces van en serio. Sully y yo haremos todo lo posible para quitároslos de encima.
¿Dónde está? Parece que tenemos que entrar por el túnel a mi izquierda.
¿Pero me escucha? No. Parece que Kimbra y sus secuaces van en serio.
Hashtag rockwork check. Yeah, pretty good to me. I don't know if it's real or if it's been done like that.
It makes you feel like you're in a cave, like with the pool and stuff. Hi guys, we're talking live from Penitence, Uncharted the ride.
Penitence, California.
Penitence, California, on Uncharted the ride. We're in a cave system.
So you see that there's the trains, 3 rows of 4, and lap bars, very comfy. We got Uncharted merch as well. Got like notebook, t-shirts, bags, mugs, lanyards. We just come off the newest attraction at Portaventura, Uncharted, the Enigma of Penitence, and wow, really, really good. As an experience, it's absolutely fantastic. We'll start off with the queue line. So it starts off with the cattle pen there outside. But you're not in it for long because what happens, you go into another cattle pen, but you've got a wall surrounding it. It shows news articles about what Penitence is.
How there's been like a gold rush in the area.
Yeah, which really complements the rest of the area anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if it has much to do with Uncharted itself, but it's really cool, just things to look at. You've got old like typewriters, lanterns, everything's really rusted. It's very, very Wild West. It's very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
You get into the next room, which is like a little pre-show. There's
an
an
office, isn't it?
yeah, and like an office. So you got Nathan Drake stood there, taking you through the story. I'm pretty sure he's sending us on a mission. I could not translate, but
I tried to. Basically, if you connect to the internet and get Google Translate up before you go into that bit, it sort of works a little bit. But what I gathered from that is that Sully is basically going to explore, and he gets stuck down there and captured by this other group that is basically after the same treasure. And so Nathan Drake and Chloe go down there as well, along with us, but they get captured too. We have to rescue them, yeah, basically.
I think anyway. The next bit, you got the pre-show. He stood there explaining it. He's got the map.
Yeah,
and
the
you've got
animatronic was really high quality.
Yeah,
because I thought it was someone
unreal.
stood there, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. You can get like photos and stuff. But yeah, it was a mad good quality.
It's very cool. The advancements they've done on like animatronics recently is just mind blowing. So you've got Chloe Fraser there typing, and she's almost like FaceTiming Sully, which is kind of iconic.
Yeah,
and
honestly.
yeah, basically saying, I don't know what she was saying, but I can imagine she was
said
saying
rapido,
like,
and that means she said
quick,
get out
quick,
there fast, basically.
Yeah. But the good thing is you get that pre-show, and that whole room is taken up by the pre-show, and then you get sent room by room. That makes it feel like the queue is moving very quickly. Like the first ride we had on there, we waited like 40 minutes, but it didn't really feel like it.
No, it felt more like 15. I'm one to complain about queue lines and having to wait and stuff, but yeah, went by a breeze. And not even on the re-rides, we were waiting felt like so little, but turns out it was actually longer. So honestly amazing for that sort of aspect of it.
And then you go into the next room, which is almost like a maze of like rockwork walls.
Yeah.
And there's almost got the temple theme in. You've got little murals on the wall, little signs, symbols, I'm guessing relating to the enigma.
Yeah.
Really good rockwork, really high quality. Sort of reminiscent of the stuff that you got out here, to be honest.
And you've sort of got screens in there where it makes it look like there's sort of a cave system behind it, and then sort of Sully and Nathan Drake and this like the villain guy and Chloe as well pops up, and they sort of like explain more of the story and say like, okay, we need to go this way and stuff like that. So I thought that was a really good touch.
Yeah.
It just again added interest so that you're not just stood in a cow pen for 40 minutes.
Also, every now and then there's a mist that comes over, and I think it's like got a smell pod incorporated to it, because you can really smell that. It smells like you're in a cave, basically.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, and it's refreshing as well.
Honestly.
The aircon in there.
Aircon, fantastic.
Was it good? I didn't really think it worked that well.
Really?
Yeah, I was sort of like sweating in there, but I guess it's only dependent on a lot of things, isn't it? How many people you got in a room?
Yeah, it was better in the cave system bit.
So now we'll get on to the operations. Fantastic.
So quick.
Really good batching. They got 2 people doing restraints, 2 people in the op booth. There's a single rider queue as well. They were shouting down any 2s, any 3s, getting people on really quickly, sending it out.
It was good to see those ops as well on that ride, because it was just the RT for hotel guests. It wasn't even open to the public yet, so they could have just sort of half-assed it and been like, yeah, go through, but they were really on it, so honestly, well done to
Even
them.
with the pre-show and stuff, they might not have even bothered doing that, but they did.
Yeah.
Like they ran every single effect. It seemed like a full experience. Really, really cool train design. It almost looked like a little mine train, runaway train kind of thing.
And you've got 3 rows of 4.
The station's also really cool, sort of similar to the queue beforehand, just rock work everywhere, cool lights. Going to the ride experience itself, you go into the first section and you're spinning, and there's an animatronic of someone like shooting a cannon, which was really cool.
Like
and
a rocket launcher.
yeah, and you spin at the same time that they shoot it. I think it would have benefited from maybe a bit of smoke coming out of the cannon, but all in all, really, really fantastic.
Yeah.
You then go to the next bit, you drop into a launch. The launches are quite tame. One thing I'll say, it's not a thrill coaster. Don't go in expecting thrills, expect an experience. There's one part that really took me by surprise, we'll get into that. But
See, difference of opinion because I thought the launches were insane, but then I don't have that much of experience of launched coasters, so but yeah, I thought they were really, really intense.
You then go into like a showroom almost.
There's a big screen, and then you sort of see sort of everyone, so Nathan, Sally, Chloe, and they managed to sort of escape, and at the same time we sort of got pulled in the right direction, and we did a
sideways launch.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. Well, basically the first one we spun forward, launched forward, rolled back, into the side again, and the sidewards launch. It's really crazy. It was like, ooh.
And you go into it as well completely blind like I did. I was like, whoa, what is going on? I didn't know roller coasters could do that.
Yeah, that was the only bit I knew about the ride before going in. There was the sideways launch, but it still didn't ruin it because the rest of it was amazing. So then you go into the next section, into like little twists, more launches, little booster launches. I think there's 4 launches overall. It's either 3 or 4. Some twists, some more launches. And then you go into the bit which is my favourite part of the ride. You got a screen above you and a screen next to you, and it's sort of like a helicopter, isn't it? You're trying to get into a helicopter, and then you've got
helicopters above, and they throw like a sticky bomb onto it to try and stop this guy from escaping with like the artifact, and basically when it explodes we just get flung back.
It was a backwards drop, but it was like completely vertical, I'm pretty sure. And it was a weird feeling, but that was my favourite part of the ride. It was weird because it looks terrifying. You don't really feel much force from it, but probably my favourite part of the ride, easily, just because of how like crazy it is and how thrilling it is.
After they escaped, there were these little sort of monsters, like true Uncharted fashion. There's always like some sort of spirit or
zombie
something.
Or spirit.
So you had sort of those chasing us. You could see them like pop up on the screen, which was like quite scary. I was like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen? Are they gonna like sort of drop down onto the carts or whatever? But yeah, I thought that bit was quite scary. Again, it just sort of tied the story together, like the sort of whole Uncharted experience.
I didn't even notice that. See, you've got to do more than one ride because there's things that you don't even notice. But we managed 3 rides there on our ERT.
Yeah, which is good going. We got here, what, 15 minutes after the ERT opened?
And the queue was looking big. I was like, oh god, I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad. But it was like 40 minutes first time and then 20 minutes for the other 2, and then we're into 10:30. We were going to come out and like, oh, let's do it again. But as you can see, it is massive now. The exit queue line in the shop is really cool as well.
The merch in the shop is, it sort of blew me away a little bit. It's like proper Uncharted themed, like, which is amazing to see.
The restraints as well. The restraints are very comfy. It's just a lap bar. The seat's really comfy as well. We did two rides in the middle row and 1 ride at the front. And for me personally, the ride at the front, I felt like you had a tiny bit less legroom than you had in the middle. Almost made it a bit uncomfortable because my feet were kind of like squashing against the front bar. So if you're quite tall, I definitely recommend trying to do it 2nd or 3rd row. Because for me, the experience didn't really change that much. You can still see everything. You can still see the screens. It doesn't really impact it with having people in front of you, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, because the rows are sort of like elevated, almost like Oblivion, not sort of to that extent, but so you can always see over people's heads and stuff, so you always sort of get like a front row experience. But I thought the front was definitely quite intense, especially on the spinning parts.
Yeah, the spinning was so good.
Yeah, but yeah, the experience didn't really change that much. So even if you do get like a back row or middle row, like don't worry about it, don't fret.
It's really cool how controlled it is, like the spinning and the sideways launch. It's crazy how they can just like control the car to go to those certain dimensions, interdimension. So, personal opinion of the ride, Harry Moore exclusive tell-all interview. What did you think?
I thought it was really, really good, amazing. If you're a fan of the games, it's really good. If you're a fan of the movie, it's really good. I think it's themed more around the movie, but it still doesn't matter because it's just true to its core. It's Uncharted. It's amazing. It blew me away. I didn't realise that a roller coaster could do that, like I said. Like spinning, going sideways, going backwards, all the screens and that. I felt so immersed. Really comfortable car. The queue line blew me away. And yeah, just world class, literally. Amazing coaster. Loved every second of it. And get yourself to Portaventura and have a go on it too. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, are you Coasters With Mwah?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Do you want a photo?
No. I just wanted to know what you thought of Uncharted the ride.
So, Uncharted the ride, the Enigma de Penitence, I think. Really, really good. Really, really good quality roller coaster. I couldn't believe what it's able to pack in within that building, and the way that the cars spin, the way that you got that sideways launch. There's some very intense moments. The launches are quite good. The theming is impeccable from start to finish. Queue line, everything, the screens, absolutely amazing. Really good that we had the ERT on it. The queue isn't boring. This bit kind of is. I mean, look at the queue now. It is huge.
Just for reference as well, we came in here and it was about a 40-minute queue. So if you see it sort of extend all the way out here,
probably 2 hours easily.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I thought that there would be capacity issues because the cars are so short. There's not really. I think there's quite a few going around at the same time. I think it would benefit from being that tad bit longer, and there are a lot of dark spaces. We've done 3 rides on it today, and I'm not going to lie, the first ride I came off feeling quite underwhelmed, but the second time around I thought was a lot better. Third time even better. So yeah, I'd definitely go on it more than once. You know, because you notice new things every single time you go around. The theming is incredible. Smell pods everywhere. Just some really intense elements. It's not thrilling, I'll say that. There's one bit that I think which is like the backwards roll. It's more of a very fun family thrill, I'd say, experience. Story driven. Really, really good. Yeah, so out of 10, I'd probably give it a solid 8 out of 10. Just loses points from being a tiny bit too short. If it was like 20 seconds longer, it'd be pretty good. Well done, Sally. Well done, Intamin. We love you, Sally, and we love you, Intamin. We're back on park for the ERT. It's our last day today, and I'm on a solo mission today. Harry's back at the hotel, so that gives me the perfect chance to check out the single rider line. It's just here. It splits off into 2. And I'm excited to see what it's like inside, how it differs from the normal queue, see if you get any pre-shows or anything like that. So you got some kind of nice little murals and stuff. And you saw your like Wild West pictures and stuff. And you got a nice little pre-shot there.
Está oculto, sí está protegido por trampas. No ver por dónde vas es una buena manera de morir.
After 10 minutes, we're nearly at the station, which is really good. Just did morning ERT on Uncharted. I only managed 1 ride because we got here like just half an hour of it left. I think the park's opening now, so I'm gonna wait for Harry. We're gonna hop on it again. Definitely, if you're here and you want to do it more than once, definitely do the single rider line. However, if you're not and you're just doing it once or twice, then do the normal queue because there's more to look at and it feels like more of an experience. I got on a row with a big family and they were so fun. They were literally like getting involved in the storyline. There's a bit where like there's a gunman shoots you and they're all like and then there's a bit where they throw a rope on a screen and they're all like trying to grab it, and it was so fun. It's just nice when everyone gets involved in the story. That was probably one of my best run-throughs. Sorry, Harry. You hate me for that because he wasn't there. I don't know if I said it took 20 minutes and before when we were waiting it was probably about 40 minutes, so it cuts it down by half. It's not a significant amount, but the way that the capacity is, you know, you got 4s, so a lot of the time it's just 2s and 2s, or sometimes you'll get a 3, which is where, you know, you're lucky, but it's not an amazing single rider line. Like, it doesn't cut it down that much, but it does probably cut it down by about half, I'd say. So it's worth it for that if you don't want to wait, you know, all the time, especially if you're on your own, if you come here on your own. But yeah, wait for Harry Mwah, he's late. You're late. How do you feel?
I know, it's so bad. I just had to get ready and get my beauty sleep.
I just had the best run through.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, that's so cool.
I'll tell you why in a sec. But
yeah, should we do one together?
Yeah, do you want? It's not that long.
Always late, but worth the wait.
Fashionably late. One tip I would say, if you are coming here and you are rope dropping, don't come to Uncharted first, especially if you're coming between now and September, because obviously you got the ERT on it that's going on in the hotel. Then you're gonna get here and there's still gonna be quite a big queue for it. So I think you're better off waiting until later in the day, because it's gonna be pretty much the same queue all day, because of like, it's a new attraction, the hype is real. So you're better off heading to the back of the park, starting on Shambhala or Dragon Con or something. Would you agree?
Yeah, I definitely agree, because there's 3 hotels technically that has this ERT, and obviously we've been blessed it's been quite quiet, but I mean over the summer months those hotels are just going to be absolutely packed out.
Yeah.
So definitely, even at Road Job, expect queues of like upwards of an hour maybe.
Had our probably our last ever ride on Uncharted here at the park, and we got the on-ride photo. It's really cool.
Very luxe.
Yeah, got the whole like story, one of a kind. Yeah, there we are. It shows all the information in here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Dark ride, one of a kind, dark ride roller coaster. Hashtag Sally. But look how big the queue is now. That cattle pen is full, and it's going all the way around here to the carousel. Yeah. And one thing that we've noticed is that here there's a sign that says from here we'll be waiting about an hour and a half, and it goes all the way back here. So you're probably looking at about an hour and 40 for that, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
But to be fair, it moves really quickly.
And it's really worth it.
Yeah. First ever ride on there, I was a bit let down, but honestly, going back on it, definitely do it more than once, especially if you are let down the first time. My favourite part is the backwards drop, because it's just like a proper free fall moment on your back. Hashtag free fall. We noticed something, didn't we, in the pre-show? Because I was saying when we did the first ERT that I'm not really sure why it's in the Wild West. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But
when we went to Temple de Fuego as well, like the theming just sort of reminded me of Uncharted. It's like, it's odd how it's there. But yeah, on the screen, we noticed that there was like a line going from Mexico all the way up to Penitence, and it's like...
Yeah, because Penitence is basically what this Wild West land is themed around.
Yeah, so it's almost like the treasure had been sort of almost like transported from Mexico to Penitence, which is why they're here. It's just brilliant. I just love it.
Fantastic coaster. Hopefully, like they did with Curse back in the UK, I think they're probably going to start adding more stuff to it. I hope they do, because there is a few dark spaces. I think the screen-based stuff works really well, because usually it doesn't. Those are my final thoughts. What about you?
For me, this has just been a brilliant, brilliant coaster. I thoroughly recommend it to anyone. It pulls off it does the Uncharted brand so well. Yeah, it stays true to the Uncharted brand through and through. It's fantastic, it's amazing, and yeah, probably one of my favourite coasters I've ever been on, really. Nice. So yeah, honestly, get yourself down here. I've also really now just wanted to replay all the games, so I'll probably do that when I get home.
It's the nostalgia, isn't it? It's the nostalgia.
Yeah. If you want to be zipped around, spun, don't know what's coming up next, then just go for it. Come here, do it.
And do the single rider line if the queue is that long. It was not this morning. We waited half an hour, but obviously I waited 20 minutes on single rider, so it's not worth it if the queue is quite short and you want to see the queue line, because you definitely need to. Thank you so much for watching this little standalone Uncharted vlog. We just wanted to do a separate, because it's the first sort of new attraction we've experienced together. Yeah. And we just sort of wanted to do a full one, do our full thoughts kind of thing. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well, at Coasters With Mwah. And yeah, thank you for watching.
Thank you, everyone. We hope you enjoyed.
Mwah. And come to Portaventura. Hey.
Do you reckon he's excited?
Baby, I'm ready to go. I love this bit. Oh.
I thought B&M was the budget homeware brand.
Absolutely incredible.